Hey everybody, it's pop-up Monday night. I'm in Dallas. This is Officer Bali, John Bali of the Dallas Police Department. And I'm here at a truly historic place. This is it's very emotional. This is the place where John F. Kennedy was assassinated. 1963, I believe it was. So John is on duty here tonight. Esther Fife joining. He's going to give me a bit, Carl joining. He's going to give me a bit of a history lesson about this area. So basically Dallas started here. This very place is where all these old historic buildings, you'll see, that was the old courthouse.
Old Red.
Old Red, they call it?
Yeah.
And this building here is the meat packing district here.
Yeah, the West End over here in downtown Dallas. This building right here with the bars is actually where Lee Harvey Oswald was kept after he was arrested after the shooting.
So the guy who assassinated Kennedy was kept in this building right here after the assassination, and then Lee Harvey Oswald was actually killed himself about a mile. Which way is this? Is this south?
A mile down Commerce.
A mile down Commerce.
Harwood. And that used to be the old Dallas municipal building where they did all their
the bookings
courts and everything.
What is it now?
Now it's actually still a city building. They're using it for traffic tickets, traffic court.
Right.
And I hear they're repurposing it for some kind of university.
Have they made it a historical site in Eastern? Where he was assassinated?
Not sure about that, but you can still see that ramp where it used to be the old Sally Port where the police cars would park, right across from Doug's Gym, which is actually one of the oldest gyms that hasn't done anything. It's still like a mirror image of the past. If you look up Doug's Gym, Dallas, you'll get it. All kinds of stars go over there. Where we are right now this is Main Street, and right street over here, this is Elm, where he was shot at.
So I'm gonna pan around. This is I'm gonna walk you over there, but this right here is where John F. Kennedy was assassinated. The street is cut off tonight because of some construction work. That's why the officers have their cars here. I thought it was this way every night, but it's only this evening. So Manny's been very kind to sort of give me some access. So I want to thank the Dallas Police Department for their hospitality. He's been very gracious, very kind. And Manny, Bali, where are you originally from?
Fresno, California.
Fresno, California. So we're both Californians.
Yeah.
And he's a good ambassador for the city. You can go to John Hope Bryant Live and check this out later. Thank you very much, officer.
All right.
All right.
Well, there's a new jail. You see it?
Wait, I don't want to know what the new jail is. I hope I never see it. All right, man.
See it.
God bless you. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to walk you over to the place where John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I've got business meetings in the morning. I got here last night. Earlier tonight. But I decided that I could not show this to you. So I left my hotel room to bring you this piece of history. Do you know there's people in this city who have never? Yes, that was a very sad day. Vosetta says. I was walking down here, no security, nobody following me, nobody whatever, just me, and nobody knows. I mean, I'm just roaming the streets. And by the way, if you're comfortable, other people will be comfortable with you. If you're uncomfortable, then other folks will prey on you. And so because I was comfortable, everybody was cool with me and I was cool with them. But as I asked people, where was it that Kennedy was shot? I'm surprised that like 90% of the people here have no clue. They don't even know the history of their own city, that John F. Kennedy was assassinated here in Dallas. Not a clue. So you know more about the history of this city than the people who actually live here, which is saying something. So you might remember this from all the historic filmings. Where this officer's car is here, that's actually just about right here. Just about where John F. Kennedy was assassinated. That's the grassy knoll up here, the famous grassy knoll, where there was some in the book depository. I'm gonna pan you around the book depository where Lee Harvey Oswald was rumored to have shot the shot that killed Kennedy. Pan up for you. That building right there. That's where it all happened. Now there's rumor that it was more than one shot. But what Vanny was telling me, the echoes in here are incredible. So if you could light a firecracker in here, and it would sound like a bomb was going off. So you really have no clue whether, I mean, in many ways it was a horrible, perfect place for an assassination. Horrible because it's an assassination of an American president and a good man, somebody who truly was about public service in this country, and you could agree or disagree with him, but him and his brother really tried to be forces for good. And it was an extremely sad day that he was assassinated, but it was a perfect killing spot because it's triangulated and you don't know where the bullet came from. You've got so many places where you could fire that shot, and you got train tracks right over here that's easier to shoot and run and get on that train and go, and you'll be miles away before anybody knows anything happened. So right here, right where the officer's car is where this room with the second shot came from, but no one knows that to be true. Somebody said, be safe. Bosetta, thank you very much, I will. So let me see if officers here have been very kind. Let me see if I can, again, they shut down the street tonight for construction, so I'm lucky. So here's the exact spot where Kennedy was assassinated. You see the markings on the street. It's very sad. And this is where the police escort took John F. Kennedy's motorcade to the hospital, right down here with Mrs. Kennedy holding her husband's remains, his brain, in her hand. Thank you, officer. So it's whenever I come here, I get emotional. Whenever I come to the city, I get emotional about being here. Is the famous landmark of where John F. Kennedy had his last moments alive, and I wanted to bring you a piece of this history. I wanted to make sure I did not go to bed tonight without sharing with you what was on my mind. I want to give my respect to the people who died in the concert overseas. The bombing victims, this suicide bombing, it's ridiculous, it's crazy. The young lady whose concert this was must be traumatized. She's gonna be in my prayers tonight because most artists are sensitive beings like that, and I'm sure she's very emotional and feeling a great deal of responsibility. She shouldn't. She was trying to entertain, and some fool wanted to turn it into something negative. So somebody wants to be on video. This is the Dallas Book Depository. It's called the Dallas County Administrative Building now, but this is where Lee Harvey Oswald was rumored to have shot that bullet. So this is John O'Brien coming from you live from Dallas, and I'm going to take this moment to also deliver a message to you of resiliency and of resiliency and of purpose. So I try to live my life with both feet. That's again the book depository where Lee Harvey Oswald shot the famous shot. I'm gonna pan up so you can see the window. Share this video with your loved ones, with those you care about, your family. Let's not forget our history, otherwise we are destined to repeat it. So what's my message for tonight? Beyond the sadness of this moment, this place, the sadness of the Ariana Grande the concert in Europe, that 24 people lost their lives, killed, not lost their lives, people were killed. I want to just send my prayers to all of them. Tonight's message in the middle of a crazy world is obsession. That's tonight's word, obsession. What are you obsessed about? Why is that word important? I'm obsessed with living. I'm so successful at living my life whole and complete. Somebody could have said, well, John, you shouldn't go out tonight and walk down there. You don't have any security. You don't have Sir James with you. You got this risk, that risk. Somebody happened to you. Well, you could die walking across the street. You could die in your sleep. So if you're gonna live your life with both feet. Live your life whole and complete as if this is the last day of your life. What are you waiting for? If you're not gonna live your life, the Bible suggests be hot or be cold. If you're lukewarm, I'll spat you out. Translation: even God does not like mediocrity. So live your life 8 to 10. 1 to 5 is mediocrity. 5 to 7 is entertainment. That's, ladies, the guy you date but you don't marry. Okay, guys also. It's a guy. It's maybe the lady that you date that you don't marry. But you can live your life with purpose. You guys, live your life with purpose from 8 to 10. But 8 to 10 is going to take everything you've got. It's going to take every piece of energy you've got to live your life from 8 to 10. People say, how do you do what you do, John? I do what I do because I never give up. I never give in. I never whine. I never complain. I never stop thriving or stop looking for love, to give love, to be a source of inspiration and hope. It's that very moment when you give up that your opportunity may show up in front of your face. And Dr. King gave the I Have a Dream speech 100 times before the March on Washington. What would have happened if he gave it up the 88th time? What would have happened if he wasn't obsessed with your salvation and your freedom? What would happen if I had given up on Operation Hope in the 18th year, the 19th year? This is our 25th year, and we're about to. It's like a start. We're like a startup. We're opening an office a week. I'm opening an office on Friday in Denver. For anybody in Denver, you can see me at the office opening there on Friday. And I'll be in 3 cities this week. Atlanta, Dallas, today where I'm here now. I'm working on a big deal that I can't tell you about now, but I'm be announcing it soon. That's going to be a game changer. And then I'm leaving to San Francisco. I don't even know what I'm doing there, but I'll be in San Francisco. And then I'm going from there to Denver to open a new Hope Inside. And people say, well, why do you work so hard? Well, why not? Okay, why don't you? Whatever you can do it with both feet. So you can be obsessed with giving back. You can building Operation Hope, building your family, building a business, building a daycare center. Be a builder of something. But you can also be obsessed with failure. Be obsessed with being angry. Be obsessed with all this negativity in our society. Be obsessed with it's going to lead you nowhere, by the way. That's why I say to people, don't be angry all the time. Don't let people get you down. Hurt people. Don't sit there and let people bring you down in their sense of misery. People who are miserable want you to be miserable with them. Don't join them. Are people angling for your failure? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Why are you helping them? Why are you joining them in this misery factory that they live in and letting people destroy your dreams, right? So Benjamin Mays, which was Dr. King's mentor, really, he once said the greatest sin is not failure. The greatest sin is low aim. Tabitha says, misery loves company. Absolutely. Lysa Black, so true. Misery is a choice. So whatever you hang around, whatever you obsess about, you're going to be successful at. So remember that quote. I'm doing T-shirts on this, by the way, soon in a mug. If you hang around 9 broke people, Al Ferreira says, you're my mentor. I'm honored by that. If you hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. Repeat that. If you hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. If you hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. If you hang around 9, PhDs, you want to be a PhD. You hang around 9 doctors, you all of a sudden be interested in becoming a doctor. You hang around 9 entrepreneurs, you'll want to become an entrepreneur. Whatever you hang around, you will be. So if you hang around 9 negative people, guess what you're going to be? You're going to become a negative person. Now, if you obsess about your pain, and you obsess about being a victim, and you obsess about, it's like bias confirmation. If you obsess about how cruel the world is and how racist the world is, guess what you're going to find? Cruelty and racism. You're going to find confirmation of that because it exists. If I had said to myself tonight, well, I'm tired, I'm worn out, it's something could happen to me, somebody could jump me, it's midnight, you shouldn't be out. By the way, I would just convince myself to stay in the hotel room. And I never would have experienced this. I never would be here in this wonderful beautiful, God-filled evening sharing this story with you and being inspired by, yes, being hurt by the pain, but also inspired by the possibilities that Kennedy lived a short life, but he lived a full life. And in the world, history books will always know that he lived for something larger and more important than himself. But if he had just made some money, been a young rich kid, and never risked public service, never risked trying to help somebody else, never risked the public policy achievements that he attempted, then he would have lived a mediocre life that no one would remember. No one would remember. But now he's got me out here in the middle of the night, almost breaking a tear for a guy I never met, because at least he lived his life with both feet planted in possibilities. What are you living your life planted in? And if you live your life planted in misery, I guarantee you that's what you're going to have show up on your last rites. If you live your life focusing on just yourself, then you're going to end up with a life where no one remembers you, nobody cares about you, because all you did is try to help yourself. You didn't try to help anybody else. So if you hang around, and I'm going to cover this deeply in this book series I'm going to do on the book, The Memo. But if you obsess about clubs, then you'll become expert in clubs, but you'll become also an expert about being broke. You hang around drug dealers. You're going to be obsessed with drug dealing, and you'll end up being a drug dealer. Whatever you hang around, you model, you will be. So I want you to be obsessed about books. I want you to be obsessed about knowledge. I want you to be obsessed about not what you're against, but what you're for. Not your pain, but your promise and your possibilities. I want you to choose to see the glass of life as half full and not half empty. Can you do that? Yeah, Plachetta says live. I'm going to be a transformational speaker. That's why I listen to you, John. That's Layla Morris. I think I said that right. Well, God bless you, Layla. I hope that this has inspired you. You guys inspired me to be. And I hope this video series has helped you to live your best life. Because that's what I want for you. I want you to live your best life. Why are you living a mediocre life? Why are you settling? What are you waiting for? Okay? Tomorrow's never going to come. Yesterday's a memory. It doesn't exist. Tomorrow is a promise that hasn't happened. But most people are not present, and that's why they call a present a gift. So if you live with half of your life in yesterday, another half of your life in tomorrow, I can't be happy because I was divorced. I can't be happy because I was molested. I can't be happy because I was abused as a child. I will be happy when I get married. I will be happy when I move to a new city. I will be happy when I get a new job. I will be happy when I have a child. No. If you're miserable now, you're going to be miserable then. You'll be miserable married, miserable divorced, miserable in a new city. It'll just take a little time for the misery to catch up with you. You've got to choose joy. You've got to decide that rainbows only follow storms, because it's a scientific fact. You cannot have a rainbow without a storm first. So, what is your obsession? That's my question to you tonight. Are you obsession? Zena Knox, happiness is a choice. Absolutely. Al Jenkins, powerful. What are you obsessed about? Alicia Holness, amen. What are you obsessed about? Carol Rivers, what are you obsessed about? Are you obsessed about pursuing your dreams? Are you obsessing about getting an education? Are you obsessed about becoming the best neurosurgeon or the best police officer or the best file clerk? Dr. King said, if you're going to be a trash collector, be the best trash collector the world's ever seen. And so what's my real strength? Persistence. I never, ever, 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 ever give up. Persistence. I'm persistent. I'm not smarter than everybody else. I'm more persistent, right? I'm crazy enough to come out here becoming a millionaire. Lincoln Moyer said, okay, good. But don't just be obsessed about becoming a millionaire. Become obsessed about making some millions so that you can actually help other people become millionaires too. So now you're paying it forward, and now whatever goes around, comes around. Thomas Anderson, helping others in love. Exactly right. Lincoln Moyer, again, I want you to not just become a millionaire, but I want you to become somebody who gets and gives. So I want you to think about 3 years it took to become debt-free. That's Michael. So I want you to focus on rechanneling your mind, training your mind, to live a life of limitless possibilities. When you go to a city, explore that city. When you go to work, give it everything you got. When you're in a relationship, risk you having your heart broken, okay? When you meet a new person, don't blame them. If you meet a white person and you're black, don't blame all the ills of the white race on this person. Be bold enough to meet a new person and give them every chance to disappoint you, to break your heart, or to confirm actually that they are truly God's child, and they actually may become your best friend. And if you're a white person, be bold enough to meet somebody other than another white person. Be bold enough to meet a black person or a brown person and be interested in their culture, interested in their life, interested in their journey. Don't judge them, don't assess them, listen to them, because God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you listen twice as much as you talk. You may actually learn something when you don't wake up thinking that with that saying, don't bother me with the facts, I've already made up my mind, okay? Don't bother me with the facts, I've already made up my mind. Live a life of limited possibilities. Be not afraid. Be not afraid to have your heart broken. Now, I grew up in Compton in South Central, so you see me looking around. So yeah, I mean, I'm out here and I don't mind it. I'm cool. It's a beautiful night, but I'm still looking at my environment. So I'm saying, don't be a fool. You got to be aware of your environment, but don't be paranoid, right? Don't assume everybody's out to get you, right? Live your life, and don't assume that everybody that you meet is a preordained destiny that they're going to disappoint you, because then you're going to have bias confirmation. Life is 10% what life does to you and 90% how you choose to respond to it. I'm obsessed to do great things for others. That's Tabitha. Great. Live your life whole and complete. Life is 10% what life does to you. It's one of the cups that you'll be able to get from the book, from the store in this page. And all the proceeds go to Operation Hope, by the way. None of it comes in my pocket. Life is 10% what life does to you, and 90% how you choose to respond to it. What's your response going to be? And I can't stress enough how what you think will determine who you are and what you do in your life. And you've got to retrain your brain and retrain your heart. And again, be unafraid. So I'm gonna leave you with a success quote that I'm gonna head back to my hotel, because I have an early morning tomorrow. I have to be up at 6 in the morning, but I'm doing this with you right now. So here's your success quote for the night. You ready? Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. Never give up your hope. Be unafraid. Don't be afraid to get your heart broken. Don't be afraid to live your dreams. Don't be afraid to try crazy things. Don't be afraid of trying a new business. Don't be afraid of walking up on this police officer, as I did, with their lights blazing over here, and saying, hey, I'm here in your city and I would like to, I didn't think the guy's gonna pull out his gun and shoot me. And guess what? He didn't pull out his gun and shoot me. He actually said, hey, come on over here. And because I was friendly with him, he was friendly with me. And we ended up shaking hands. And actually, you see, if you didn't watch this video, you can rewind it. He actually gave me a dang on tour of the plaza and told me all the history of downtown. And he's sitting here in his cruiser right over here. And now we're friends, dang near. Can you see him? There he is. He's sitting in his cruiser over here, and I'm sure if I walked up, he would greet me once again. But the point is, I decided that he was going to be my friend. I decided that this city was going to be my friend. And when you decide that, half of your journey, half of your challenge is already resolved, because now you've decided that you're in control of your life, not somebody else, not circumstance. And again, my advice to you is live your life, because what's the alternative? Somebody once asked me, why should they try God? I said, because God cannot possibly do a worse job of screwing up your life than you have. Okay? Give him a shot. All right. See ya, officer. I'm out, you guys. Love you guys. When you come to Dallas, come check out this historic place. Pay your respects to John F. Kennedy, and then thank him for giving his life. Thank Dr. King for giving his life. Thank Malcolm X for giving his life. Thank all these heroes and sheroes who gave their life so that we might have life, and live your life with both feet, with no regrets, and give people the benefit of the doubt, and risk having your heart broken so you don't have a life where you have woulda, coulda, shoulda. You want to have your life so that you died empty. You died giving everything you had. You left it all on the playing field, and you gave everything you possibly have in you to be successful. And if you're not successful, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't because God didn't give you talent, you didn't use it. No, you used every talent you had, it just didn't work. You know what failure is? Or you know what wrong is? Wrong is the right answer that didn't work. Wrong is nothing more than the right answer that didn't work. I never give up. Because failure is a punk and the devil is a punk, I just simply over it, around it, through it, I'm gonna get to it. And right now I'm going to get back to my hotel and get me some dinner and get some sleep so I can be 100 in the morning. Or as my friend Quincy Jones would say, why are you still up? He said, because I can sleep when I'm dead. Okay? It's as Prince said in his song, my bed is made up because I'm roaming at night. I love Prince. My bed is made up because I'm roaming at night, trying to find my way back home. Boom. Love you guys. I'm out.